It's uncomfortable if you aren't used to it. They're staring, glued to the glass, straining to see why we're visiting. We came to see how it looks when one officer is responsible for watching 80 inmates at once.
I know a lot of the rank and file are concerned about their safety.
When they express concerns over the ratios and the fact that one officer might be in a unit with 80 inmates.
Peggy Henson, a council member from Lexington, says several corrections officers from the Fayette County Detention Center approached her, including corrections officer Jim Capillo.
Our role is the protection of the public, the inmates, and the staff, probably in that order.
He says the jail is safe, but as time passes, the safety of the officers and staff takes a hit. In 2009, there were 299 corrections officers at the Fayette County Detention Center. Now there are 263, dealing with a similar number of inmates. Director Rodney Ballard took us on a tour of the jail. While he says they could use more officers, a 1:80 ratio is not unheard of. He says it's the norm in segments of the jail with nonviolent criminals.
That's not uncommon in our industry. If you went to Florida, you can find 1:96 and 2:128.
This is an area where nonviolent criminals are housed. Each space is broken up into what's called sub-day rooms, these areas behind the glass with beds. 10 inmates are in each of the 8 sub-day rooms.
I can open the door and let 10 people out, and that's all it's out, so it's 1 to 10. Or I could let 2 groups out, 1 to 20. Or you could let the whole group out, 80 at a time.
Ballard then took us to the area with the more violent inmates, where there's more officers and more locks.
As the inmate behavior goes up and their conduct is not good, that's when you want the additional people.
Ballard says the current ratio isn't a problem in his eyes, more of a concern. And he's currently working on a plan with the city to bring in more officers.
I think some of the officers feel it's a problem. Some of them recognize it as a concern. I have a great respect for Director Ballard, and I believe that he is willing to work with us to get things done, but his job is his job. He has to deal with the political realities.
All sides working to find a safe number when safety is priority. In Lexington, Miranda Combs, WKYT.
Now all of a sudden you look up and we're doing this.